Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. 9/11. 20 years ago today, 9/11, 2001. The attack on America that we're still feeling the ramifications of today. When I woke up on September 11th, 2001, I had worked the second shift the night before, so I wasn't getting up until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Turned the news on. There was a steady camera on the World Trade Center. Smoke was coming from one of the towers. And in my mind, I thought it was old footage from a bomb attack that had happened several years earlier. And I just continued to get ready for work. Did my thing, listened. And as I listened, I realized what had happened. They did a recap after a few minutes. And that definitely was an attention getter. And as the towers started coming down after the second plane hit, it was horrible. I'm sure most of you were viewing it the same way. And the footage they showed over the next several days was very disturbing. Made me very sad, very emotional, and very angry. My good friend Matt and I had just gone to New York City, and living in Philadelphia, it's not a big trip to go to New York City. It's not a big deal. We had drove to Liberty Park, which is in New Jersey. You park there and a ferry would take you to the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, and Battery Park at the bottom of Manhattan. And we went to Battery Park, and we walked up to the World Trade Center, and went to the top of the tower, talked to people, joked with people, argued with people, and the elevator operator was kidding with us, like Philadelphia was a bumpkin town and everything else, just good-heartedly good stuff. And then 3 days later, you wake up to 9/11 on the TV, and it makes you wonder if everyone we met that day that worked there in the restaurants and the tourist area, if they were alive or dead. I personally didn't know anyone that died in any of the attacks. Many people did, but it's something that changes you, and that changed me as far as it made me think, why am I up here when my family is in Texas? And within 5 days after that, I moved down to Texas for good, for a year and a half. And then I went back north to Philly to help a friend out. I was up there about 4.5, 5 years, and then right back to Texas. And that's definitely one of the life-changing events for me. That and Hurricane Harvey. It's made me look at everything a little bit different. And it's a good time to remember the people that passed, the people that are gone. First responders that gave their lives, people that went to work that day and never came home. It just, that led to all the lives lost in Iraq and Afghanistan, and really triggered things that are still going on today. I just wanted to touch base on you. Those are my 9/11 memories, how it affected me personally, and God bless all those first responders and people that have perished since in this rippling effect type of deal. Period. That's all I got tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. When I was making the almost 1,800 mile drive from Philadelphia to Rockport, Texas, I noticed that in the northern cities that I drove through, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Wilmington, Delaware, Washington, D.C., every overpass was filled with signs and American flags and flowers, and just made me really emotional while I was driving. Probably not the best thing. And of course, you listen to the news. You were listening to President Bush at the time. You were getting updates. You were still finding people being rescued and found alive at the Pentagon and the World Trade Center. It was pretty amazing. And the body counts kept getting higher. Of course, we saw horrible footage of things going on before the towers collapsed that I don't really want to talk about and mention here. But those signs and flowers and flags meant something to me. And unfortunately, as I got further south along the main roads, they became fewer and fewer. And I don't know if it affected those other cities more, just because they're closer to New York, 2, 3, 4 hours away. And I was kind of disillusioned about that. But when I got to Texas, Rockport, Fulton, there were signs and flowers and flags everywhere. And one of the things that meant the most to me, Fulton has a real small firehouse. And just by the door of the firehouse, they had outside gear, fireman's boots, jacket and helmet, laid and folded just outside on the ground by the front door. And there was just a little sign that said, "Remember." And that really meant something to me. They lost brothers, you know. I think all firemen are like that. All police are like that. Certain jobs that are national or international, you just identify with people doing what you do. And that's a very good image I have from 9/11, is just that set of gear outside the front door in Fulton. You know? It meant something to those guys. It meant something to me. I hope we never have to go through anything like that again. That sloshing you hear is the water, guys. Thanks for watching.